Asian stock rebound. Fed soothes with boundless QE. Asian equity market railed on Tuesday as investors based the U.S. Federal Reserve promise of unlimited dollar funding was easing fluctuations in financial markets, even if it could not stop the economic hit of the coronavirus epidemic. Why Wall Street seemed unimpressed? Investors in Asia were encouraged enough to leave in mini future for the S&P 500 by 4.32% and Japanese shot up 7.3% in biggest daily raise in February 2016. The prospect for Tuesday European session also looked brighter as Eurostoxx 15 future and FTSE future both rose 4.9% and MSCI Product Index of Asia Pacific share outside rebound jumped 4.9% to more than half Monday's drop. South Korea revenue market climbered 8.6% after the government dropped a billion economic recovery package to 100 trillion won, about $80 billion. K2 Asset Management had a breacher Sarah Barbara said the buy gains on Tuesday in Asia equity. Financial market sentiment remained fragile even as the coordinated stimulus measures were implemented around the world. The biggest trigger for positive sentiment in this market will be a flattening of the trajectory for the virus, he told Reuters by phone from Melbourne. Economies throughout the world are going off list and that is devastating for economic activity. It's creating the most robust dislocation in financial markets in living memory. Central banks and the government, he said, needed to implement more innovative monetary and fiscal policies to stave off the prospect of the damaging credit crunch hitting global financial system. Macro Management Divisional Director Martin Lacour said the spread of the equity market decline made the current sell-off arguably worse than 2008 global financial crisis. The fall that we have seen have been breathtaking, and it is the speed of the decline that have caused people by surprise, he said. If the number of cases start to stabilize, and that gives investor confidence, then we could start to see them reverse to fundamental. Markets are not trading on fundamental right now. It needs later more breaking step. The Fed offered to buy unlimited amount of assets to stock market and expanded its mandate to corporates and municipal bonds. Analysts estimate the package could make $4 trillion or more in loans to non-financial firms. What they did, more than just starting up new programs, was to drive home they are willing to do whatever it takes, said Tom Bosley, chief U.S. economist at RBC Capital Markets. We would not call into question their resolve. The plan have come nervous in bond markets where they are onto their threshold hit their lowest since 2013. 10-year yield were at 0.8339%, from last week back up 1.28%. Still, analysts caution it would do little to offset the near-term economic damage done by mass lockout and layoffs. Speculation is mounting data due on Thursday will show U.S. jobless claim rose a eye-watering 1 million last week, with forecasts ranging as high as 4 million. Economist S.C.B. Morgan expect claims to soar by a record 1.5 million and forecast a 14% annualized fall in U.S. gross domestic product for the second quarter. They see European GDP down almost 24% and Latin America 12%. A razor flash survey on European and U.S. manufacturing from March are due later on Tuesday and are expected to show deep decline into recessionary territory. Survey from Japan shows survey sector strength at the faster pace on regional mass and factory activity as quickest in about a decade. Dollar of highs. For now, Supported by massive US dollar funding from the Fed, saw the currency earth back to 110.32 yen from Monday. 1 month stop at 111.56. The euro bond 0.5% to $1.0797, up from a previous choice of $1.0635. The dollar index slipped 0.4% to 101,720, and the previous bank of 102.99. Commodity and emerging market currencies that suffered most during the recent asset rout also benefit from the Fed's steadying hand. The Australian dollar climbed 1.8% to $0.5937, and away from a 7-year low of $0.5510. There were also signs that gold metal is still worth its short supply with the premium or exchange for physical blowing out. Western supply chain backward as coronavirus lockdown spread. Freight carriers struggling to deliver goods by land, sea or air as the coronavirus pandemic forced Western government to enforce lockdown, threatening supply of vital products including medicine into the most affected areas, such as Italy. While China's draconian steps to stop the spread of the virus are now allowing its economy slowly to come back online, supply chains are breaking up in other parts of the world. Problems ranging from finding enough truck drivers to resistance on seafarer and a lack of air freight are hitting the smooth flow of goods. Freight logistics operator says. Stock building and panic buying by consumers are also adding to strains. Supply chain disruption has moved rapidly from east to west, says Mohamed Esser, chief commercial officer. Europe, with global logistics group auxiliary. Companies involved in the transport of goods say the impact is being felt hindrance in air freight as more airlines shut down supply, adding to difficulties with the transport of key goods such as medicine and perishable foods. What you could normally move in 2 or 3 days is going to take twice as long. You have to still get it through the airport. You have put it on a truck and get it through borders, Elsa said. One European supplier of active pharmaceutical ingredient used by the industry, who declined to be named, said the business was struggling to get supply chain boats by plane. The U.S. decision to ban foreign visitors had also cut an estimated 85% of U.S. air freight capacity. As vast amount of goods were transported in the bellies of the passengers' planes that are now grounded. That has pushing freight costs up fivefold as space for remaining cargo run is limited, companies directly involved in the trade say. Goods from Europe are being rerouted through places including Mexico and Canada to the United States, companies say, but that adds time and also comes as a price. We have seen the cost on direct supply out of Europe to the United States now in the range between 5 to 10 euro per kilo versus less than 1 euro in normal conditions, says Zoe Fries, chief commercial officer with German, headquartered Herman Worldwide Logistics. It's a considerable increase, and I'm sure that some will no longer fly right now and differ to sea freight due to cost. As logistic provider, we can bear the differences in cost. Transports across land border is also slowing down, especially to and from European countries most hit by the virus, such as Italy. The industry is struggling to get the right willing to drive into Italy and collect goods. Is it also getting difficult to pick up cargo because there is no staff in the factories to hand over the cargo, said Herman Fries. We have seen added cargo records which mean higher payment to drivers to ensure sufficient trucking capacity. I am sure we will see this cost increase. Highlighting some of the practical challenges, Spanish truck driver Oscar Preto said drivers were having trouble getting food and using toilet or shower facility on the roads and service stations don't want to service them. when they arrive at warehouses or factories. They are also not allowed into installation and have to wait outside while paperwork is done. The truck driver like dog is someplace, said the 48 years old, who has worked over 2 decades as a goods transporter.